Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at something that you're getting access to that you never had before. Can't wait to get into your reading. By the way, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Oh, look at the 3 piles popping out. All right, so this is pile 3, this is pile number 2, and this will be pile number 1. Let's see what we have for today's reading. For pile number 1, you've got the 7 of Swords. I better be careful with the pictures because of YouTube. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Swords for pile number 2. You've got the 4 of Cups. And for pile number 3, you've got the 9 of Wands. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, let me add these right now. Actually, it'd be better if we place them a bit down so that you can see your cards and your crystals. There we go. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Snowflake Obsidian. For pile number 2, you've got the Sodalite. And for pile number 3, you've got the Carnelian. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always lead you and guide you to the right piles. You never know. There are maybe there are several things that you could be experiencing, having access to that you didn't have before due to that one event. Perhaps that's going to happen. So trust your intuition. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your piles. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you. And after the shuffling, I will be assigning 4 zodiac signs for each pile. Let's go one more time. There we go. Let's get straight to it. I'm wondering if I push them, will I get 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we did get, in fact, 4. All right, so the signs for pile 1 are Libra, Leo, Gemini, as well as Aries. The signs for pile number 2 are Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, as well as Virgo. And the signs for pile number 3 are Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, as well as Taurus. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. But alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using another placement in your chart, please feel free to do that, of course. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what you're getting access to that you never had before. I can't wait to get into this reading. I feel like these 3 are also standing out. Actually, this one as well. I'm not planning to take all of these, but I'm just gonna trust the process. And there are already tea leaves today. I didn't want to do that, but I always trust the process. So we're just gonna do that. Let's keep them there. Let's pull out one oracle card here. So today we're taking a look at what you're getting access to that you never had before. This topic just hit my mind, and so I thought I would love to do a reading about that. I guess it's coming in its due time for you guys. So these are the cards. Let's pull out your tea leaves. There we go. I am drawn to 2 sections. Ooh, look at that. This section, oh, we've got a lot of, and I'll take this one. Well, how much did we got to? Okay, that's cool. All right, we'll place your tea leaves right there. How many tea leaves do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. Okay, so these are the oracle cards that I see for you today. Before we begin your reading, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Snowflake, Obsidian. Your significator card is the 7 of Swords. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Leo, Gemini, and Aries. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. You've got Mars in Sagittarius with domination. Yeah, we can keep it here. You've got Mercury in Taurus with resistance. You've got Sun in Leo with fortune. Mercury in Cancer with intuition. And finally, okay. And you've got, fortune and riches. And you've got Saturn and Capricorn with riches. So nice. Let's complete the picture. We'll take a look at your tea leaves. Actually, how about, well, how can we do this? I can't place this one here. You won't be able to see it fully. So I'm going to place it right there. So you've got conjunction with union, coming together with something. So the keywords here are joint forces, working together, merging, enhancing, empowering, strengthening, combined energy, linked, and lack of individuality. Let's now place your tea leaves. You've got chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. You've got flowers, happiness. Oh, loving this energy for you. I can really see you're going to be very happy and fulfilled with this energy coming in. You've got camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay. You've got pale, time to get out of a situation. Right. You've got ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Union. Oh my God. So that could be a romantic thing or business, or maybe even both, because you've got riches and fortune. You've got marriage. Well, some of you are definitely getting married here. That could be something that you've never experienced before. Obviously, if you're single, it doesn't have to be. I mean, for many people, that would resonate. It makes sense for the reading. The title of this reading, something you didn't have access to before. So many people didn't get married yet, right? You've got wishbone. A wish is granted. Wow. Wow. You've got woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman. Strong energy of a person here. Let's wait and see, really, because you also have strong energy of riches. There's like this marriage and business, two types of energy here. And you've got mountain road. You are on the road to success. And I was just discussing either marriage or business success, or perhaps even both. Ooh, wow. Okay. And of course, we'll be taking a look at a lot of the energies here. Before I start analyzing, which I can't wait to do, I want to pull out your tarot cards so we have a complete picture on your table. You've got the 5 of Cups. You were trying to reach something so hard. 5 of Cups shows that you were disappointed. And I keep saying I will wait, and I just can't wait to start your reading. 5 of Cups. You've got the 6 of Wands. You've got the 4 of Cups. There's a lot going on in your life at the moment. You're not going to believe this. You've got the 4 of Pentacles, another 4. And you've got the Knight of Wands. To say that there's a lot of fighting going on here is an understatement. But here they're winning. In any case, and I say fighting, it's because the lion in Alice always fights with the unicorn. So although the unicorn is not visible here, it gives us this idea. And speaking of fighting, that makes a lot of sense, because in your significator card, it talks about the Greek goddess of discord. What? Iris, right? Eris, my apologies. Eris, the Greek goddess of discord. Eris, my apologies. Okay, so what are we seeing in your pile? What didn't you have access to before that you're having access now? Let me get into the scoop, the full story that I'm seeing in your cards. Where do we begin? Just organizing my thoughts. We'll begin with the struggle. I feel like you've been struggling with 2 types of energies. And when I say marriage or maybe relationships, here, if this doesn't resonate with you, I like to make sure that everybody listening can attune to their own readings that are meant for them. Please take it as business partnership, because it even says it on your card here. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So that's a disclaimer. Before we begin, I will continue to say marriage because that's the main energy, but of course you know what I mean when I say that for the different people listening, because this is everybody's pile. Okay, so what am I seeing? I'm seeing you have struggled with 2 types of energies previously. The energy of relationships, love, marriage, and the energy of great fortune and riches. These are 2 energies that perhaps you maybe you got a little bit access to it, but you weren't able to fulfill it in the way that you want. And so thus you haven't had full access to that. You haven't had access to that type of energy before. Whether it's getting married in the first place, or being married with the love of your life, or the person that you genuinely imagined, the right person, right? That place for the right person. So there are two places being filled here. The right business partnership and the right marriage. Now, why did I come up with this conclusion that you've never had these two before? No, it's not just in the topic. I'll give you more understanding of exactly your story. You see here, as mentioned, this is the goddess Eris, the goddess of discord. And there is this one time where in the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, they did not invite her to the wedding. She wasn't amongst the guest list, right? And that was a huge mistake. This is a whole story, which, by the way, in one form or another, actually eventually led to the infamous Trojan War. So I'm not going to get into that unless the reading takes us there somehow. But I just want to take this part of the story where she wasn't invited to the wedding. She's a goddess. So there's something about you being shining bright, but yet not being able to achieve these two wishes or find the right two people for these two roles. Or at least get the riches, which is going to happen through a person here. We'll get into it right of now because it says lack of individuality. I know what it means, but I'm just reading it intuitively. So you can see here with the Five of Cups, you were constantly disappointed. You were always trying to reach these two specific goals, and it just seems like it wasn't happening. And by the way, they were nearer to you than you ever thought. You were trying to get them in a specific way, but they were closer to you than you ever thought. In fact, energetically, if we're going to speak energetically, the resistance to that energy was due to some form of sadness that you were, I don't want to say exuding, of course not. I want to say vibrating. And why do I say that? Because here, the Gryphon with the Four of Cups, do you see? The Gryphon. In the story, Alice asks, why is the Gryphon sad? And the response is, he's not really, really sad. That's what he chooses to be. And this is not saying that you choose to be sad. Of course not. That's just the story. But it gives me this idea that it's not due to a specific event. So whether something was up or not, it seems like you were maybe sad. You could have been feeling depressed, and these are all valid things that we all go through, but I feel like you've gone through it for a long time, and it could be, there's no such thing as for no reason, it could be, for example, due to an old trauma, maybe even one that you don't remember. But in any case, this is absolutely, you're right, this reading is not trying to call you off, it's just explaining something so that you can keep it in mind always moving forward. It seems like there was a lot of sadness, and sadness is one of the low frequencies. It's something that we all go through. It's normal. Maybe you had to release it. But all I'm trying to say is that it was keeping you, like that energy around you was kind of like blocking you, causing a huge form of resistance from the very two things that you were seeking here. Recently, it seems like you've overcome this. It was so strong, this energy. It was almost like keeping a faith. How when you have a specific faith, it's very hard to budge that. When you have faith in something or believe so much in something, it becomes very hard to shake it. It's not impossible, which is why you did it, but it's like very much in place. And you see people from different religions, and they all believe that their message is the one true one. Everyone is wrong. So there seems to be a strong conviction in your reading here, as your message that you're meant to know about today. You've overcome it with the Six of Wands. You're victorious. You've overcome it. But this sadness seemed to be stubborn with you, an energy that was stubbornly with you. So perhaps it's something that could have happened at an early age, or perhaps you've lost something so dear to you that it wasn't just easy to shake it off. But eventually, you've done something for sure. You've escaped it. It's the Seven of Swords as the end of the day, being your significator card. And so due to that sadness that you've overcome, previously that vibration was keeping you off of that list. If you're wondering, like, why wasn't it happening to me? Like, why wouldn't it happen to me? That is your answer. And I think you are getting this answer now, so that you can always keep this in mind and know that we take our emotions for granted. Sometimes we feel like we don't have a hand in it. Sometimes it's not as easy as we talk about. But as long as we can, we should always put the effort. Like we're in this space where it's not easy, but we can. We should always put that effort, because vibration is very important. It really creates that resistance or easy flowing luck that happens in our lives. So keep that in mind, but all I can see is that you've won over this. You've overcome it. In fact, Alice later on does overcome this issue when she finds her mushroom, and she learns how to make herself grow when she wants to, and how to make herself smaller when she wants to, making her more flexible throughout her whole journey. So that healing shows that you're now becoming more flexible, and you are becoming a magnet now to these two types of energies: huge riches and an endearing relationship. Okay. You can see with the Four of Pentacles, it's a tea party. It's time to sit down and enjoy these two at this part of your life. And I forgot to tell you, now you're not struggling with this energy anymore, because here the Knight of Wands, the Lion, is alone. It's not arguing with the Unicorn. The Unicorn is not here in this row with us. And so, after a long time of waiting, your cards are so clear. Your wish is now granted. It's time to be happy in your life. It's time to come out of this situation, because your energy has changed. Mercury in Cancer, this is a lot of different type of spiritual communication, different vibration, and the way you express yourself emotionally is very different than you have before, leading to this opening up. Your reading is so clear. And so it's time that you come in union. These two empty chairs are going to be filled, and we are going to be pulling out cards to see how you are on the road to success with all of these riches and fortune, and how you're about to meet this right person who's going to be playing a huge role in your life, whether in business, making this happen with you, or in your relationships. So let's find out together, my dear pile number one, now that we understand the energy of your reading. So you've got the Emperor, and here everybody won, by the way. So you've got the Emperor. Winning, winning, winning. It's kind of like you and this person are going to be winning if this is your business, Emperor, Empire, or maybe you're going to do something together. Let's see. You've got the Chariot. Interesting. Oh, you've got two cards. Can we place one here? There we go. You've got the Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, I think you can see your Queen of Wands now, right? And let's place some cards here. You've got the 8 of Cups. You can definitely see how you're walking away from a different energy. And I think this is leading to so much change of your life, maybe even change of location, like change in everything here. You're literally walking away from your own life. That's what I'm seeing here. Time to get out of a situation. 8 of Cups, you're walking away from an old life. As these things change for you, you've got the Strength card. The Tower card. And this is an awesome Tower card. This is Alice standing up for herself. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. And you've got the Page of Pentacles. This is a Messenger and Alice. So, Messenger. Who's got the picnic sandwiches too. What do we make? Oh, by the way, that's in preparation for exactly that. The match between the lion and the unicorn. So what is this saying? Because Alice is standing up for herself here. Let's see what this is saying. That's better. Okay. I think you can see your cards here. Or let me see. Tiny better. Anyways. I see that you will be making a bold move these days. I think you'll be making a bold move because you kind of feel like you have to. You will reach a point where you find yourself saying, that's it. I'm not going to take that anymore. Because that's what we see in the Tower, in your Tower card here. Since we're talking about how your life is changing, that's the card that's showing up here to show us what this is talking about. And so here, Alice stands up for herself, does not like the way the queens treat her, and she pulls the tablecloth from the table, everything drops, and she's like, that's it. I'm not going to take this treatment anymore. And for this reason, I feel like although usually with the deer, you're calm, you're graceful, civilized, graceful is the best way to explain it. You're highly alert as well, very alert person. And you're noticing that something is not right in the situation that you are in. And thus, I see you deciding that it's time to get out of this situation. You're like, that's it, that's wrong. I'm not going to be treated like this anymore. Or I'm going to walk away from this. So you're making a bold move these days. This bold move, you're able to do it in an emotionally graceful way than before, due to the huge healing that you have gone through. Because you as a person acting with a certain type of emotions is very different than the same you acting from different type of emotions. It's exactly like the same person who would act one way, let's say in one religion, and another way in another religion, or without a religion at all. And so you see, emotions push us to act in certain ways, and thus with the response that we get from the world, we create beliefs that we absolutely believe in and hold on to. And when we learn to reverse these emotions, then we start behaving, for example, in a calmer way, and we start realizing that we get responses that are very different from the world, and thus we start forming new beliefs. And so with the very changes, because of the Strength card, that you have gone through, it's going to allow you to make that bold move and go through it gracefully, calmly and easily to the other side. It's going to be a great spectacle to watch. And so you're dealing with something, it seems, this time that you used to deal with, but when you dealt, or maybe it was the very cause of your sadness, when you dealt with this type of thing, you used to struggle with it, but now that you've overcome it, you're going to go through something similar, not the same, but similar as in it would have triggered the same type of emotions that this very event triggered you without really going through any suffering at all or sadness or whatever these emotions were. And you're going to get to the other side with a great opportunity. And thus, the lack of these old emotions will allow you to go through an experience that would have triggered every part of you before. Maybe it would have been the very reason that you wouldn't have been gone to the other side and able to act boldly like that and say, that's it, calmly, and get to the other side and gain this opportunity. Because before, perhaps you couldn't reach these types of energies because you were experiencing emotions making you a very different person from the person that you are today. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. And so now you are equipped with a lot of strength and a lot of tranquility. Are you alert? Absolutely. But you're not panicking. You're the one who you're the strong one in this situation. This, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, is going to result to you having something super valuable, living the life that you want, that you didn't have before. So, does this pertain to relationships, or does it pertain to your riches? I want to ask. Thank you. So that we are clear about what's going on. Page of Wands and the Death card. 2 wishes. Eat me, both. This situation is leading to the transformation of both. Eat me. Page of Wands, it's a new passionate beginning towards both. So this is showing me that you're going to be making a bold move that will take you to a new world where you get to experience both energies. This time, you're the doer, of course, but you're also spectating. You are you're calm enough to watch it all unravel for you. You're not anxious. You're not breaking down and crying. You're not whatever used to happen emotionally here. You're going through it. You're calm. You're graceful. You're just going. Alert, of course, but you find yourself watching this situation and you find yourself, well, I just made it to the other side. This is where your dream life begins. My dear pile number 1, this is where your dream life begins when it comes to these 2 big wishes. You will soon be winning at these 2 territories. The riches, the business, however this means to you. Even if you're doing well, this is like something else. This is like going to the top. You will be winning because, and I say winning, you're probably wondering why, because everyone in this scene wins in the competition. So you will be winning in these 2 areas, territory, emperor, in these 2 areas of your life, up next in your life. And you won't believe this. Do you see how Alice is trying to win the game, but the tools that she has isn't working for her in this game of croquet? So I kind of feel here that you will be winning in these 2 areas. despite you maybe not having the right tools or the right things yet to win in this manner with the Queen of Wands. But regardless, with the Chariot, you'll be moving forward and winning in these two areas. You will have so much power, like so much beautiful passion and excitement and popularity and success in these two areas, despite you maybe being a beginner and not having all the right tools. And you will look back when things start working out, and when you've learned how things are actually done, what should happen for something to happen, you will go back and laugh, like look at the universe and laugh, like how did these two areas work with the weird situation that I was in? You won't realize when you don't know how things work that they shouldn't work like that. But when you in fact do learn how things work, you will go back and go, my God, how did this work in the past? Was this a hit of luck? So yeah, you may not have all of the right things that must happen, that must be in place, the right tools, the right things, but you're just fortunate. It's still going to happen to you anyways. And we see these types of energies in our lives all the time. We can have all of the things that make something happen, and yet it doesn't happen. And sometimes we don't have anything and it just happens, and they sometimes call it beginner's luck, right? So that's life. And that's exactly what I see in your story up next, my dear pile number 1. I wish you the best of luck with this new access in these two new territories. I hope you enjoy them, and I wish they happen to you gracefully and easily. And my dear pile number 1, this was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, as you know, look at these sliding out. We're taking a look at what you're getting access to that you've never had access to before. These are the decks that I'll be using in your reading. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, we got 2 cards here as well. You'll find that I always list them down for you guys down in the description box. Okay, so let's pull out your tea leaves. And very quickly, let me also introduce your pile to you. So these are the cards that I see, your tea leaves. Let's put it to the side. Your crystal is the beautiful Sodalite. Your significator card is the 4 of Cups. And if you've picked your pile using your signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, and Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's see what you're about to get access to. How can I do this? If I place this here, would you be able to see it? Actually, you would. If I place your crystal on the card, you would. So you've got Jupiter and Capricorn with control. Okay. You've got Chiron with healing. So, interesting that this is next to Narcissus, actually. So you've got, I forgot to tell you, your 4 of Cups here, can you see? You've got Narcissus. So you've got insecurity, wounds, vulnerabilities, deep-seated pain, teaching, powers, spiritual strength, difficulties, guilt, transmuting, and healing others. All right. You've got, if I place this here, yep, you'd be able to see it. You've got Mars, whoa, like healing and regaining power to something. Really nice. So with Mars, you've got, of course, ambition, assertive, like insecurity, assertive, wow. And Narcissus, Wow, it's coming so clear. I of course can see the main message, but I'm going to wait to see the exact idea and what you're getting access to, of course. So you've got assertive, aggression, war, Aries, Scorpio, Tuesday, of course. Confidence, impulsiveness, strength, action, sexuality, passion, desire, and determination. Okay. Sorry, you've got Venus in Capricorn again, Capricorn with convention. There. You've got Mars. Got a lot of Mars and Capricorn in today's reading. In fact, Capricorn is one of the signs here. So the energy of Capricorn is pretty strong. You've got Mars in Libra with choice. Okay. Now let's take a look at your tea leaves. You've got target, a goal-oriented person. What? No, can't place it here. Can I place it here? I'm not sure, so I'm not going to take the risk. Target, we can place it here. And I go up just a little bit, I'll be able to place several. You've got vine. Seek out information that will help you. You've got fan, romance, celebration, party. You've got leg, stepping into a new experience. Exactly what we're taking a look at. So cool. You've got staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. And you've got table, hard work ahead. Can I place one here? Yeah, I think tree, affairs with your family. Okay. I think you can see it. Just to be sure. Okay. And you've got two more. You've got, where should we place them? Here. You've got heart, love, deep affection and caring. We did see romance here. And you've got rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Speaking of arrogance, again, we've got narcissist. Who was like full of himself, obviously. Is it arrogance? Somehow. Okay, let's pull out your tarot cards, at least the first row, so that we get a full picture of what this is talking about. The Hierophant. King of Swords. The Star card. Hierophant, King of Swords, that's definitely learning something. Being aware of something, learning something. Strength card. Death card. A transfer. This is the moment, this is in Norse mythology, the moment this princess set an eye on her husband. She wasn't supposed to see him. Long story. This is the moment Narcissus. Well, it's not the moment here because this is Echo, but there's in the story of Narcissus the moment he saw sight of himself for the caught is the word, caught sight of himself for the first time. So there's something about you seeing for the first time. Yeah, let's stop here. that moment that you see it, everything changes, which is exactly, I'll leave it here, which is exactly the same with narcissists. The moment he saw himself was the moment where his whole life changed. And the moment he saw himself, realized how good looking he is, he never stopped looking at himself. He was like transfixed. He was frozen, looking at his reflection for the rest of his life until the day he died. So there's you seeing something, and the moment you see it is the moment everything changes for you. Is it talking about you? I would think there is at least an element of you healing something because you've got Chiron. And specifically you healing an insecurity that you had, becoming super confident and strong within that insecurity. So is that you catching a sight of yourself, knowing something about yourself, or stepping into an experience that will teach you something about your strength, maybe your power? Your power will expand the moment you see something. You will find groundedness and strong stability. So, what is that? If I can't figure it out here, I will definitely pull out cards to see what it's about. You're making a new choice, making a different choice. So you're stepping into a new experience due to you deciding to make a different choice than the conventional one where you were headstrong about doing something in a specific way. Perhaps due to protecting yourself, due to an insecurity that you had about something that never prevented you to step into a new experience. Somehow, for some reason, which we'll find out together, you will decide to step into a new experience. And in that experience, just like the vine, you will grow so fast. Speaking of growth, do you see the hair here so long that it's touching the water? And thus, you will see yourself for the first time going, oh my God. You will see yourself in a different light for the first time. You will learn that, oh my God, I've prevented myself from stepping into this experience all my life because I thought this and that way about myself. But now I just saw myself being able to do it. You will be taken care of in difficult times. I saw myself doing it fine. Nothing happened. Did whatever needed to be done on target. I got love for it, for example. Or there's a lot of stability. Tree, table, ground. There's a lot of stability. You stepping onto something and it's very solid. You succeed at it. And you go, oh my God, the years I've wasted not doing something. And speaking of Echo, do you know the story of Echo? Hera, the wife of Zeus, suspected that he was coveting Echo. So she cursed her into not being able to initiate conversation. Oh, could it be that? Oh my God, I'm glad we brought this up. Hold on. Echo, how did I not think about that? So she put a curse on Echo to never be able to initiate conversation. She can only repeat the last words that a person says. So, which actually makes me think a lot of conversation, like repeating what someone says. Perhaps, maybe some of you, blue throat chakra, perhaps some of you had to improve their throat chakra, and I'm not gonna stay there for long because I know that everybody watching this may not resonate, but when I do see something so clear, I must say it because someone there must hear it. And you see the strength card is holding the crocodile's mouth. There's something about speaking up, which makes me change my mind. Maybe you could have a strong why isn't this getting fixed? Or can you see it? So maybe, wait, let me check. You have a strong throat chakra. For some reason, there we go. So for some reason, in that specific situation, maybe you were afraid to speak up due to that insecurity. Or it could be general throat chakra. So why? She cursed Echo so that she wouldn't be able to initiate conversation. She would only repeat the last word that someone says. So like, for example, in this specific scene where Echo approaches Narcissus and realizes how gorgeous he is, and he would say, is someone here? She would say, here, here, here. There's also something about she embracing Narcissus, and he didn't like it. He refused her, and he said something like, I prefer to be left alone. And so she repeats, alone, 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 and then she goes away and remains all by herself. So disappears. So I'm just going to trust my intuition here. There's something about a specific situation that you are afraid to be part of. Maybe it's love, right? We've got romance and love here. But it could be about self-love. It could be about a specific situation, or in general, an insecurity of communicating with others. One thing or the other here. But it definitely has to do with the aspects I'm seeing in these cards. However it resonates with you. Because if none of that resonates, I would invite you to pick another pile, because this is the energy on the table here. So this talks about how you've prevented yourself from speaking up or approaching others, initiating conversation. Throat chakra doesn't have to be communication only. You could be a great communication, but it could talk about creativity. Maybe you couldn't put your creativity out. Any of these things. And so something about you these days where you will be taking a bold step that you don't usually conventionally take. It's going to be a bold choice. I don't know why you're going to be making that choice, but something inside of you will prompt you to take that step. Make that bold move for the first time. Something that you always thought, I shouldn't do that. But you're going to go, you know what? Maybe I should. Just like this death card. And due to that bold move, where you realize, oh my God, you were taken care of, nothing happened. Target, what you thought you wanted to do, you achieved. It was solid. It was stable. And you loved the result. Ooh, time for a tarot card. Let's see what we have. You become victorious at it. The 6 of Wands. So you step into an experience, it works out, you win like a boss, and you're like, that moment where you go, oh my God, why did I prevent myself all my life? And it takes us to that moment of getting in touch with the water, the lake, that moment right there, Narcissus. You fall in love with yourself for the first time. You see yourself with a different eye. The eye is not wounded anymore. It can see clearly. It's like the eye had a disease. It couldn't see you for who you are. And I say the eye has a disease because you're blindfolded here, healing. That's how I intuitively picked it up. The eye couldn't see something glaring at it all its life. And so I think you develop self-love and confidence in that area. You change, you learn about yourself, you see yourself for the first time, thus gaining control and power and confidence that can never be taken away from you. Because once you step into that experience and it works out, that limiting belief, that wound is processed properly. It's like it was never processed because you never took the step to cure it. And it gets processed in your mind properly. Your mind heals it. And that's why nobody can take it from you. Because this gift that you have was glaring at you all of your life. It's mind-blowing how you couldn't see it. So it's kind of like something is there about you that you just didn't see. And now you get to see the truth. And so you were going along all of your life, not seeing a skill that you have, or not seeing a benefit that you have, or not knowing something about yourself, because you never put yourself out there to see it. And the minute you go out there, it's like, coo, 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 coo. You get alerted and you see it for the first time. I don't think you're going to become arrogant. I don't think so. But I think you're going to have so much confidence that nothing can stand in your way. You cannot be unheard. You cannot be understood with your creativity or with your voice anymore. How you see yourself is properly projected. You know, I don't know how this event is going to happen. We're going to see here. Maybe we're not fully supposed to find out due to the curtain, but I will pull out the cards and see how much we're supposed to know. In any case, I'm seeing there's something about you becoming, with the star card, something that you always wished to be, that makes you fall in love with yourself. It's like, perhaps, oh, I would love to be like this person, or I would love to be like my hero. I would love to be like this person that inspires me. I have this imagination of myself that I would love to be. And you become that. It's a moment where you look at yourself and go, oh my God, I've become that person that I've always admired. And when you fall in love with yourself in that way, it's going to show. It's going to shine bright. The star, you're going to shine bright. Even in situations where it's tough, you shine bright. And also you become a guiding star for many people. There's something about you, because sheep sometimes symbolizes following. So maybe you inspire those who follow you. So if your children look up to you, that strength will inspire your children to become like you. Or if this is like, if you have a team, then, or you have others who follow your ideas or something, then they become stars like you. Something like that. You'll be inspiring many others to find their shine. And notice you've got the griffin here in the King of Swords, who's half eagle, half lion. There's something about a power, like strength, griffin. Oh my God. Mars, twice, by the way. There. Mars and what? Libra. Powerful but balanced. Balanced power. You're not going to have that type of balance power where you want to hurt others, or you want to do this with your power or that. You're just going to know your power. You will admire it, but you will use it responsibly. Hierophant also is learning. So just as you've learned it, you will be a guiding star, perhaps through your actions, for others to learn as they watch you. But especially when you're doing something in a balanced way. When you're doing something in a balanced way, King of Swords, balance. Here you've got the balance. This is when you inspire others, for sure. Others admire balance. They get to see the strength and the goodness, and that's definitely inspirational. So that's what's happening here. What I want to look into is, let's keep your Six of Wands. That was a beautiful card. We'll keep it here. What I want to look into is more information about, you see the feet here? The step that you're going to take. The step that will lead to you finding your strength. Oh my God, hybrid again. The lion and the crocodile, which reminds me of the ancient Egyptian god. What was his name? Such a powerful god that the ancient Egyptians revered. Amet, the ancient Egyptian god Amet. So there's something about you having two unusual types of power that maybe many people don't see together. And speaking of Amet, who's the devourer of men, this is when the ancient Egyptian, after he dies, would go in front of Ma'at to see the feather weigh against his heart, and if it's lighter, then he continues living, and if it's not, then Amet would devour him. So it's almost like the eating of your shadow. That's the moment you transform. That's the moment your shadow is revealed and eaten, and it's done. You heal by stepping into this experience. So yeah, okay, I've been going on and on. Let's take a look at, I can't wait to see what you're going to step into here, if we're allowed or whatever we're allowed. And so this is a reading about becoming that which you always wanted to become. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. You've got the Nine of Wands. The Hanged Man. So the reason you're stepping into it, because you had to summon up your courage to go somewhere which you perceive as scary, and you will be assisted, because I'll tell you the story about this Nine of Wands, and you will be assisted by Spirit to go through it successfully, and you will overcome this. So yeah, we're getting perspective here. The Hanged Man, the Tower card. So we're allowed to know some things. And the Five of Wands. So that's why it says hard work ahead. So what am I seeing here? See, there's the braid, the hair that will save you. Let me think. I think this is going to be, like an emergency situation. Part of it, you're forced to do it, but another part of it is something that you really wishing to have, Nine of Pentacles, to achieve, to get. And this is why in the Tower card, you've got the two figures falling. As we know in the Tower card, one figure jumps willingly. Well, the reason is because they don't want to, they can see that the tower is falling and they're being smart. And the other figure is pushed out, doesn't want to get out of the tower. It's their safe space, even if it's falling. So I'm seeing two energies. Part of you, like a struggle here with the Five of Wands. And I think that's the sound that's going to win. Part of you wants to get the benefit, but another part of you will be so, I don't know, afraid, because this is Baba Yaga at the end of the day, right? So part of you is so afraid and doesn't want to go. and two voices will be fighting each other. One is obvious because you're afraid, but the other is going to be so strong, what you want here, that it's actually going to push you to do it. And you know, you can see Vasilisa holding a doll, Vasilisa, that her mother gave her. And it gave her a lot of blessings in this situation. It blessed her. So I almost feel like with affairs with your family, if you have a loved one on the other side, if you don't, it could be your ancestors looking out for you. So there's a family member or family even members who are blessing you in this situation because they can foresee what a spiritual lesson this is going to be for you, and they will help you. You are going to change in that moment, end the struggle. When, as you can see, it's the moment you change, the moment we keep seeing here. And not only will you be celebrating, remember this moment, because they will be celebrating, almost like, I'm joking of course, but they will throw a party for you up there. So like I told you, this is a moment that you will grow very quickly. One moment, huge growth, you know. It's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. But in your case, it's one leap in your spiritual growth. One moment, huge leap. And one card came out, so let's explore what that is. Oh, you've got the Nine of Swords. By the way, this is the Oracle of Delphi. And so this is a reading that's acting as an oracle, letting you know about your future. This is about to happen in your life. This is going to be a changing moment. This reading is a very important one to you. It's like an oracle, this reading, telling you you're about to change. And I also see healing of an inner child. Do you see? You're about to heal fully from a situation. What the situation is, we'll find out. But speaking of stepping and the staff here, this definitely reminds me of the story of Moses throwing the staff into the sea, and it split so that he and his wonderful followers would pass. So I see a rite of passage, an inner child maturing, or a wound of an inner child healing, allowing you to fully bloom and mature. You're gonna step into it and you will be blessed by another energy making way for you to pass to the other side. And so rest assured that yes, you're stepping into a bold moment, but you will be greatly supported by your family, a member of your family specific, or your family, or your ancient, or your ancestors. And the reason you're getting all of that help, it's because you're not meant to grow a muscle. This is not the sort of like you have to go through a spiritual growth. This is you already having something. You just don't, you're refusing to see it. And so you're getting a lot of assistance so that you can finally become aware of it and see it. So when you find yourself these days or in the weeks to come, who knows, thinking, oh my God, that's too bold, I can't do that. Step into it, remembering that you were told. You might be feeling stressed, but really that moment of stress, you're meant to remember the oracle's words. Go, and you will be greatly assisted, because you're not really meant to do it. You're just meant to see yourself as who you are. And that is the moment that will reveal to you who you really are. Allowing for the shadow to be engulfed. Goodbye. And you shall forever have control and great luck in being able to do something that you always felt that you lost control over, you couldn't do. This is a moment where you will shine bright. Your confidence will be untouched, unshakable. And you will finally see yourself for the first time. And this moment will shift your life as you know it. Across the board, not just in that area. Because one little thing opens up many opportunities. And so the dream here is to first see yourself as who you are, become influential in the way you've changed, and it's leading to another dream, another one that you didn't have access to. So you get access to yourself, and that in turn gives you access to another huge dream, which you will find out later. So yeah, it's like a domino effect. You get access to something that gives you access to something else, and nothing can stop you now, my dear pile number 2. So should we get at least information on when are you allowed, speaking of the oracle, are you allowed to know when? The Wheel of Fortune spins round and round. 5 of Swords. Something is arising from the dead. And the 2 of Wands. A moment, well, I'll try to see where the timing is, but I'm seeing 10 and I'm seeing 10. But it's a moment that will, like I told you, it's a changing moment. You can see the god Janus looking at the past and the future. It's a moment where your past is not going to be like your future. When is it? When is it? If we look here at the symbolism, we see Isis crying over Osiris, who just died. So we're taking a look at the underworld. In fact, there goes the underworld. And we just spoke about the ancient Egyptian underworld here with Amet, remember? Now, this reminds me of the 10th ancient Egyptian Deccan week, 10th ancient Egyptian week, that has the Deccan Tepia Kentet, who's the incarnation of the feather of Ma'at. So I'm gonna do something crazy, and it might work. I might be right, I might be absolutely off, but I'm just gonna go with it. And I'm gonna check this, like the ancient Egyptian calendar against the Gregorian calendar to see what week. The ancient Egyptian week is 10 days. So we're looking at 10 days, right? Wheel of Fortune, number 10. 10. So we're looking at 10 days, something within 10 days range. And see, if you, I'll say the week anyway, the 10 days. If it resonates with you now, then it resonates. If you're watching this this reading later and it resonates with you, then you're meant to hear it. But let's just check. I'll go get the calendar and I'll be back. Okay, so I have one. It's just a small one, so I'm gonna try to bring it near the camera so you can see it. And we're taking a look at the 10th week, 10th ancient Egyptian week. There we go. Tepia Kentet. I hope you can see that. If you can't, I'm just going to read it out to you. So it starts November. So it starts November 24th, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30th, and then December 1, 2, and 3. That's the week, aka 10 days, that we are discussing here. And within this week, I think it was November 24th, up to December the 3rd. Sometime, I think you're meant to know the timing. Actually, it makes sense that you're meant to know the timing. It came out easily in today's reading because perhaps you're going to be a bit stressed and this is your message. Step into it. Because this is the moment where you will change. The direction, how you view things will change within these 10 days. In fact, by the way, the goddess Janus represents January, speaking of timing. So something around this time and you taking the step, and by January, by the new year, you're a totally different person. Remember this reading, my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as you getting access to something you never had before. And remember, it's going to be like how you lived your life is going to be so different once this moment happens. And it's like a domino effect. One thing leads to the other. So yeah, this is what you're getting access to, something that you never had before. And my dear pile number 2, I wish you the best of luck with this energy. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at something you're getting access to that you never had before. Oh, so we'll take this one. I'll leave it at the top and these two. So these are the decks that I'll be using in your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, do know that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. So before we begin, let me quickly introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian. Your significator card is the 9 of Wands. Where do we begin? I'll take first of all these. And then I see a green card. Ooh, looks like that's your set. Are you getting all the green cards here? And this one. Right. So these are the cards that I see for you in terms of your tea leaves. Loving them. Can't wait to see what they are. You're getting a lot of green cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. All right. Your significator card is the 9 of Wands. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. So let's get straight into it and see what this is all about. What are you getting access to that you never had access to before? So I will actually place these because this one came first. This tarot card popped first. And you've got Jupiter and Gemini with Bluff. And we can place them a little bit up there. And you've got, of course, the 3 of Wands. No, this is the 3 of Swords. 3 of Intuition. Here. Bluff. Here in the 3 of Swords, this figure is imagining. Because the 3 of Swords is pulling at the strings of your own heart. So she could be right or she could be wrong. It could be the intuition or it could be a bad feeling not resulting from intuition but the tricks of the mind. So that's what I'm picking up. I don't know what it is yet. We'll find out. you've got Virgo, the perfectionist. So the keywords here are analytical, planning, perfection, hard work, helpful, detail-oriented, reliable, confident, skeptical, overly critical, and ruler of the 6th house. Okay. We can place these two here. Can we, would it be better here? Come on. You've got the moon in Pisces with empathy. And you've got moon in Virgo with order. I know, you're definitely not seeing your cards like that. We can place your crystal here. And these two cards right there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's take a look at your tea leaves. Can't wait for that. You've got, ooh, wealth. You've got a lot of Virgo here. Virgo, Virgo. What was the pile of Virgo? I can't remember now. But I highly recommend you check out the Virgo pile if you're drawn to it. I can't remember which one it was. So you've got wealth. You've got younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. You've got success. Wow. Yep. You've got rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Love this for you. You've got fan, romance, celebration, and party. What are you not getting is the question. And so this makes me think, for this pile, you might have gone through like a difficulty in the past, or maybe even a hard life. And that hard part is over. Things are dissipating and you're getting access to so many things that you didn't have access to. You might have had one of them at some point, and then one thing and got canceled. I think here it could be that you have access to many, like you finally have it all. You never had access to all of them and feel happy in life. Like perhaps it could happen, but then there's something else that was terrible happening at the same time. Or access to one thing and then another trouble happens. It seems like there's limitless energy here. You're not limited. You get to have all of these energies with the 9 of Wands, without any blockage happening with it. It's kind of like the energy of but. You might have had some of these energies before, these blessings, but it kind of came with a but. But you can't do it like that. But you can't have it like that. So, because in this pile, you're getting so many things at the same time. It's like a limitless pile here. You have lobster, financial pinch. You have marriage. You have rat, someone working against you behind your back. You have dark woman. This is the second time you have two women here. And look, you've got two women here. So dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. And you've got love. Love and marriage. So let's see. We'll pull out your tarot cards. And this way we get a clearer picture of what we're seeing. So you've got Man of Hearts. That's the King of Cups. And he's saying, wonderful day. You've got the 5 of currency, the 5 of Pentacles with Casino. The Ace of Pentacles. the Queen of Cups. So King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups. Interesting. That definitely gives perspective. It's funny. I see that there's something weird here in this pile. I see with Heracles in the Nine of Wands that there is powerful energy that was always meant to reach you, but with the Nine of Wands it was guarded. You didn't have access to that powerful, and I say energy. Like you had energy of, for example, great luck, energy of abundance. You had energy of having so many things, wealth, love, success, all of that, but you couldn't see it. Something happened with the Three of Swords. So I'm gonna look at the pinches, the things that hurt this energy or kind of blocked it for a while. So someone working against you behind your back, dark woman, younger woman. So for some of you, you might have been surrounded by very nasty people. Their energies were so strong, they affected you negatively. They tampered with your intuition, or they, for some time, blocked your intuition, perhaps. To some degree, to some extent, the pain they caused you was kind of blocking that strong energy that is supposed to be there. That energy is meant to reach you in any case. Like whatever these people have done, it could only work for some time. But that strong energy, this is Heracles, super strong. This god strangled when he was a baby 2 snakes that Hera, the goddess Hera, threw at him in his crib, calmly. He just saw them, he gripped them, and he squeezed them calmly until they died. So this is like power, superpower. So this is powerful energy that cannot be guarded from you forever. Yes, with the pinch, it was painful. It affected your energy. It made you lose so much, cross so much that you were always meant to have. But today is a wonderful day. Today is a new day. And today could be today, but today means energetically now. I see the energy is changing with speed. I see the energy changing into excitement, freedom, blessings. That energy that is meant to reach you is starting to peek in. For some of you, this could be like people tampering with energy as well, like putting spells. Very unlikely for most of you, but it's there. Whatever these people were doing, tampering with your energy like that. For most of you, they just broke your heart and made you feel sad. And it affected your energy. But again, I will say, no matter what happened in your life, that energy is so strong, it cannot be kept away from you all your life. And now's the time where it's starting to reach you. I feel like Your life is getting into order. Empathy, you're healing. You're listening to yourself. You're healing. There's something about you listening to you, being loyal to you, removing all of that bluff. You were so lost. And the more you're getting in touch with your intuition, the more your life and the energy around you is getting into order. It's no more blocked. And that energy is genuinely starting to reach you. And nobody can do anything about that energy anymore. Wonderful Day shows that you're starting to have a wonderful life where you spent a lot of your life losing so many important things that, mind-bogglingly enough, you were supposed to always have. This life force is starting to manifest itself again back into your life. And there's a new beginning here of so many things. Where do we begin? That's why I have the Six of Cups from the past. Something that was always meant to happen from the past is now reoccurring in your life. Welcome the new energy, my dear pile number 3. Let's explore them together. You know something, with Virgo being one of the biggest cards on the table, and you've got Virgo here as well, I think they didn't just affect you spiritually with Pisces 12th house. They affected you in your health. That negativity affected your health. Also, emotionally, spiritually, and Gemini communication. They affected you, at least you seeing things clearly, or you communicating your communication. It seems like you're either been healing that, or that energy has been approaching you. And it could be these two things happening at the same time. You know, the two hands, you working on yourself, as well as that energy coming close, because it's inevitable that it's going to come close. And with that, so much has been changing in your life, I would say. So much has been changing in your life, and you've reached a liminal time where you're going to see that go very fast, this new beginning. Because even if it was approaching you, you were sensing that energy, and now it seems like the 9 of Wands has appeared. That powerful energy has appeared in your life. What are you going to start to experience? So much. First of all, there's so much wealth coming into your life. You could have had a lot of difficulties financially in your life, or you lost money. Even when you got it was lost. Now is a time where you get to have a lot of it with the Ace of Pentacles and the wealth. Money will be raining on you very easily. It's an energy that's meant to be settled in your life, and it's an energy that you're meant to have an abundance of. Perhaps through your hard work, because of Virgo, and in conjunction to wealth. But you're going to be very, very blessed with success and wealth up next in your life. To a degree that you've never seen before. It feels limitless. It feels very abundant, as you can see. And that is your beginning of you getting access to that energy. And I feel like you've been on the lack side. You've had to go through a lot of hardships. It was up and down, perhaps. Sometimes you win some with the casino, sometimes you lose some. A lot of the time, loss. And now you're getting into full energy of abundance. I also see something regarding your health. Here, the Queen of Cups is shining. She's looking bright. She's getting a lot of likes. Can you see her card? There we go. She's admired. So there's something about your health becoming strong. You're glowing. See here with younger woman, looking younger, you're looking fresher, you're looking healthier, and your emotions as well, most importantly with the Queen of Cups, your emotions are healing. You're becoming more poised, happy, and balanced. You're calm. And so you can see, just like a rainbow, you'll be a sight to look at. It's like, wow. Speaking of a sight to look at, this takes us to the other cards. There's the King of Cups. And of course, it could be the other way around, you know. So you've got love and marriage. And so it looks like up next, you are attracting the person of your dreams. There's love, there's marriage. If you're already married, then it's perhaps suggesting how there's a loving, balanced connection, very healthy, loving connection with your partner. In fact, I would say if you're married, I have great news for you. Like, let's say you're married and your spouse broke your heart for one reason or the other. I see settling. Why do I say that? Because Heracles, although he had this limitless sexual appetite like his father Zeus, when he fell in love with his wife, he settled, and he was so devoted to her, and he was so devoted to his children. So if you are with a partner, there's more commitment now. There's commitment between the two of you. There is loyalty between the two of you. There's settling. There's beautiful connection between the two of you. So whether you're single or in a relationship, that's in the energy of your cards here. And so you can see that the energy of the past with the Six of Cups that was always meant to be part of your life is now coming back to you. What were always meant to have, you're now getting that back. So perhaps you never had these energies, or at least to the degree that you are getting access to now, and at least where you can have them all at the same time. That's happening now in your life. I'm so curious. So what happens to the people here who had that effect on you, in case you're getting guidance to be careful from them again, or you can forget about them? So, I mean, forget about their energies, or forget about them. So, who are they, and should you worry about them? Temperance. Temperance, dear one. You've got the Chariot. Eight of Cups. Well, that answers a lot, doesn't it? They're not going to have access to you. You're not going to answer them, and they're not going to have access to you. Not even energetically. So that makes sense. You're leaving. And they can't get access to you anymore. Five of Intuition, the Five of Swords, they can't see you. They can't access your energy. So whether this is like tampering with your energy or them affecting your energy, they're no longer going to have an effect on you. You can forget about them. Six of Intuition, this is the Six of Swords. You're leaving, you're moving. You're leaving, you're moving. They're not going to have access to you anymore. And Temperance shows that with your newfound balance, your newfound power, you're leaving. They can't get access to you physically nor energetically. So I don't know where they're going, but they definitely don't have access to you anymore. Let me shuffle your deck and I'll be back. Okay, so we're ready to explore more. You know why sometimes just when it starts, something of these begin, you lose it? And so you never had full access in the way you wanted to before? It's because on one hand, this energy was always trying, like it's meant to reach you. And on the other hand, there was a blockage that was affecting it. And so it manifested in you gaining a little bit and then losing it, and it's like a bumpy ride here. Now it's smooth sailing. So let's explore more about how this is going to happen. My dear pile number 3, how are you going to get access to your energy? You've got the 8 of Swords. Oh, can you see your card? There we go. 8 of Swords. You've got, oh, the Matrix. This is an extra card of getting the red pill or choosing the red pill or the blue pill. Interesting card to come out, actually. Okay. And look at this 8 of Swords. It's thinking, do I take this or do I eat healthy food? Do I go the herbal path, or do I go the medicine path? She's thinking here. 8 of Swords. So there's a choice. There's a grand choice happening here. Oh, look at it. You've got the King of Pentacles. Speak of wealth raining on you. I'm telling you, it's so raining. This figure has to hold an umbrella. It's like, stop raining on me like that. And you've got 2 of Cups, a match. I'm telling you, the same energy keeps popping up. Okay. Choice. To wake up or to keep living, right? The way you are. To wake up, to see the truth, or to keep living the way you are. You're making a conscious choice here. See, there was no seeing before. The eyes were broken. Now, it's a choice to see. You're making a choice to see things differently. And thus, just like the Matrix, you experience a different world. Those who are awoken are different than those who are not. And there are a lot of benefits. The benefits here is that you get access to your energy. And so you're making a very important choice in how you see things. Okay? Let's expand on that, because look, you awaken and you start instantly getting access to all of the things that you were meant to have here, and that energy keeps repeating itself. But at the same time, these people or that energy will no longer have any type of effect on you. So what is this huge decision that you're making? This choice, and it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a necessary one for your progress. 4 of Swords, power off. Oh, to rest, to switch off, like this, the type of thoughts perhaps that used to affect you. Learn to rest, cleanse. Let's see. 5 of Cups, broken-hearted, feeling sad, maybe switching off, reliving the sadness and the disappointment from the past. Ace of Wisdom, to connect to your wisdom. Connect to your wisdom. It's a conscious choice that you have to take. The wisdom of choosing your thoughts and emotions wisely. Because if these people, whether energetically or due to their actions impulsively, whatever is going on, were affecting you in that way, it's because you lost access to your own power. That's what's been canceling this. And your choice of regaining back your power is that bulb moment, light bulb moment, where you light up and the darkness disappears. You suddenly get access to this incredible life force that cannot be taken or pushed away once you access it. The only thing that can happen is to affect you so that you lose your access to it, but nobody can take it from you. And so long as you choose to stay in touch with it, nobody can do anything at this point. You get to have what you are meant to have. So always remember that. You have limitless power, unparalleled in its potency. Don't lose access to something so strong that you're so blessed to have. Whether you have it because of past lives, whether you have it because you're blessed that you're meant to use it in your lifetime, for whatever reason, you have it. Get access to it. How? The more you disconnect, the more you connect. And so don't indulge, I would believe, in thoughts that can tire you, in thoughts that make you feel bad. Let them, they can come in, but let them be. When you don't disconnect to them, it's like you shutting the power off. You're no longer connected to them anymore. So don't engage, is what I'm seeing. With your negative thoughts, I don't want to call it negative thoughts, weakening, the thoughts that weaken you, that hurt you. And don't connect with the thoughts that connect you to past pains, specifically, or past disappointments. You've cried it out. Don't respond. You see, these are closed messages. Don't respond to the invitations of reliving the past. Choose another emotion. Choose to rest, relax. Choose to live in the moment, to live in peace. You're in peace and relaxed. Always know that you will have this force and nobody can take it from you. And so, my dear pile number 3, congratulations. In your everyday life, moving forward, you're going to start noticing the energy of great wealth coming into your life. You're going to notice the energy of great love. If you're single, you're finding your match. You could be already with your match, but things were rocky. Things are starting to calm down between the two of you. And also there's the energy of great health and a glow up. I would say a glow up. Garnering admiration. Look at that. That's the energy that I see here. Great health, great emotional balance. You're having a wonderful day every single day. And that's because you're choosing for it to be this way. I wish you the best of luck with this energy, my dear pile number 3. I also heard swiftness in my mind. So perhaps this is happening very quickly in your life at the moment. All the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 3. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading.